Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Right now UK predicted to have at least 2 weeks of a very hot weather, and I do mean very hot. Although a lot of us are welcoming this kind of weather, bearing in mind the spring that we had, but unfortunately a lot of people won't do anything about it until it's too late. They won't do anything until it's already too uncomfortable, they can't sleep properly, their garden is drying out, and the supermarket sold out of pretty much everything summer related. So in today's video guys, I wanted to talk about a few things I think we all should be doing right now before the heat truly arrives. We're talking about nothing extreme, just the practical things, just in case that heat hangs around longer than expected. So firstly, sort out your water. It's actually surprising how many people underestimate the water and how quickly that becomes a problem. And no, not because of the shortages are in the shops or from your tap, but because of the increased demand. See, in the hot weather, we as humans drink more water, our animals drink more water, and of course our gardens need more water as well, especially if you're growing like myself. So think about it in advance. Fill your water butts if they're not filled already. We did have a lot of rain, but if for some reason they're not full, just use your hose and just top up the water. Secondly, just stock up a little bit on drinking water. It happens every year. I've seen this time and time again. Every time there's a heat wave, you go to the supermarket and there's no water left. Again, not because of the shortages, but because the demand is there. And also consider, guys, freezing a couple of bottles of water in your freezer. First of all, the frozen bottles of water do help to keep your freezer cooler, especially if you're continuously opening and closing this to get some ice or anything else. And frozen water also got a lot of other useful features to basically cool you down. A lot of people put the frozen bottles and water in front of the fan, or you can put your feet on it if it gets too hot. And the worst case scenario, of course, you get yourself a really cold water if needed. The next one is, guys, prep your house before it gets too hot. This is a common mistake that people do, that they only start thinking about cooling down the house whilst the heat's already in there and it's hot outside. It just takes that much longer and that much harder to keep your house cool. So the common sense thing to do is to make sure you close your blinds or curtains during the day. Open your windows for ventilation either first thing in the morning or late at night. If you've got fans, please make sure you get them out and test them now. You'll actually be surprised how many times you might have a fan that you use a couple of times a year. You get this out when you want it and it doesn't work. And chances are, if you look online, the price is already doubled, and if you want to pop into your local supermarket, there is none left. So the next one is actually rather underestimated one as well, is check your car. First of all, make sure you have coolant in your car, and secondly, make sure you have plenty of drinking water, especially if you're traveling long distance. At no point I'm telling you to keep the water in the hot car, but I'm telling you to make sure that you always have water in the car. What I'm saying, maybe have a bag or backpack, have a bottles of water in the bag, and then take them out if you get to work, take them out of the car, and then so on. You're coming home, put them back in. You'll actually be surprised if you do get stuck in traffic, how bad that could get. Yes, of course, cars do have air conditioning in majority of cases, but if you're stuck in the traffic for a good few hours, if you just imagine the tarmac heat or heat from the road underneath, it makes the heat 10 times worse. And yes, of course, with air conditioning, you can put this on, but if you do sit there for hours, you're not going to be having your car running for 7 hours, say, in that heat. So having the water in that instance is extremely important, and I'm speaking from experience. The next one, don't forget your pets and animals if you do have any. Common sense, of course, make sure they always have water, but double check the water more often than you normally would do. Secondly is prepare some frozen snacks. Of course, it depends what animals do you have, but in most cases you can make a frozen snacks, and you'd be surprised how much difference they make. See, I have hens, and for the past 2 years it's been extremely hot for a good few weeks, and they really cannot take that. So the fan helped them, help the breeze, help the airflow, just made them feel a little bit better. But the frozen snacks made a huge difference. What I normally do is I take a bit of a Tupperware, I add on some water, and then add on tinned sweet corn, put this in the freezer, and the freezer is a block. So then in the middle of the day, when it's the hottest, between 12 and 2, I take it out, put this in a bowl out there for them, and I pack at it for hours. It keeps them entertained and it keeps them cool. Following on to that is shop before everybody else does. I've seen this again, time and time again, especially when it's bank holiday and it's meant to be hot. You'd be surprised how quickly everything to do with the garden and barbecue sells out. Last year we did the barbecue. I popped into Tesco's to get some buns, and apparently Tesco sold out of buns by 9 o'clock in the morning because it was bank holiday and expected to be hot. So make sure you get your things in advance, not on the day when it's already hot, because chances are you're getting there and things will be sold out. But talking about, of course, the common things for barbecue: burger buns, hot dog buns, steaks, sausages, all that kind of thing. All of that sells out really quickly alongside the ice as well. So please do not leave this to the last minute. If you're planning to spend a lot of time outside, make sure you get your supplies in advance. So the last but not least, guys, is garden, especially if you're growing your own fruits and vegetables. See, the temperature is predicted to be at least 33 degrees, and this is normally based in the shade. Going on the past few years, the temperature in my greenhouse reached over 45 degrees. This is really horrific for a lot of plants, if not all of them. But of course, 33 degrees outside is a big problem for many things, like the salads, radishes, things just like to bolt when it's too hot. Plants get under the stress. So think about obviously the mulching, think about getting yourself some netting, some shading, just think about all those things and the way you can protect your plants. If you have your plants in the pots, then find a space in advance where you know you're going to be putting them, somewhere shaded, maybe put an extra thing over the top so you can throw extra shading over the top of them. Make sure, of course, your greenhouse is ventilated. My aim, I think, is to take out one of the panels from the greenhouse or have straight through breeze from the door of the greenhouse to the back just to help the plants along. And of course, I will be putting the shading on the roof on the greenhouse. And one of the main things for me as well, and I suggest you do this as a gardener if you're in a similar position, because we still have a couple of days of a fairly rainy weather, I'm going to be getting out a lot of my young plants, things like young lettuces, young beans, to go outside now, so they have a couple of days to be rained on and basically sort of acclimatize themselves to the outside temperature while the soil is still moist. Because trying to transplant something when it's 25, 30, 40 degrees, it's not going to be good for anything. And especially if we're going to be having that weather for the good couple of weeks, the plants will just stall, plants will struggle. So now is the good time to plant them out, get a chance for the roots to just acclimatize, get it rained on hopefully for the next day or so. This way when the heat comes, they're there and they're hopefully thriving. Because the point is, if you're leaving that in the greenhouse for the 2-3 weeks, the plants will just shrivel. Even if you be watering them every, I don't know, probably a couple of hours to keep them alive, they're just not going to like it. So there we are, guys. Before the heat arrives, we've got a couple of days, and I suggest we use that couple of days wisely. So of course as well, please comment down below the things that you're doing to prepare yourself or your garden for the coming heat wave. Anyway, guys, I do hope you have enjoyed this video, or at least find it helpful. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.